been working on refinishing our windowsill in the kitchen for a while. Didn't get a true before picture, but it was a mess. Peeling, cracking, bubbling paint, coated in soil. But it is really cold out here. The dog is deciding where to go poop. I'll give you privacy. I was a mess of stress and anxiety this morning. I couldn't sleep past 7:30. It really hit me when I read an article that they're changing the school start times to be earlier. That I'm gonna have to wake up at like 5:30 to get Sebastian up at 6 to get him out the door at 7 for school at 7:30. And it just hit me, my entire parenting as I know it is gonna change. I won't be able to choose what they learn and how they learn it. I won't be able to choose their bedtimes and their wake-up times. I won't be able to choose when they do school and when they don't, when they travel and when they don't. Just it feels like everything's being taken away. And I know there's benefits, but it's gonna be really hard. And I was just on the edge of puking or curling up or sobbing. I was trying not to cry in the shower. I came down and I was putting the dishes away, and one of the trays that was out to dry was wet, and I hadn't gone past it, but Danny's like, "You got the tray wet." I'm like, and I just started crying, and I had to hide the fact that I was crying because he was just said it jokingly, but I just couldn't. So I just threw myself into this project. Still needs another coat in some spots because we had to chisel a glass that was melted into the paint and it left a ring that I'm still trying to cover. But I'm gonna take a break. I'm trying to make myself eat. I'm just so stressed that I've only had a bowl of fruit with a little granola, so. That's my update. I'm freezing. I can't wait for him anymore, so I'm gonna go in and try and figure out something for me to eat. I'll eat a PBJ or something. Alright friends, it is 9:23 and Sebastian's in the bath. I'm in pajamas, which means I just had a bath. Figured I would preemptively soak my shoulders since I had quite a workout. Hi, I'm okay. I've been okay and not okay today. It's gone back and forth, but let's just start at the beginning. You already heard about my night and my morning, but we had some breakfast. Danny had gotten bagels. I think just, what did he get, like 6, a half dozen. So there was 2 left and the 3 of them split those. I had no appetite, but I had some fruit and granola. And then I was thinking I would do a chore, and I was like, I'll vacuum the upstairs and then I would do some crafting. But I just wanted to cry and stress out about something that's not happening till August, because my mind goes into full-on panic mode. So I decided to do something bigger, a bigger project, distract myself, and our windowsill's been bothering me lately. I clean it maybe twice a year when I repot all my succulents, but the dirt, like the water overflows and it gets dirt on the windowsill, or it's just a mess. It's just a mess. And the paint was starting to peel up from water damage, and for about 5 years we've had a glass of seashells that has become one with the windowsill, like you couldn't pick it up. It was melted into place. So I just, instead of going up and getting the vacuum, I just started clearing everything off of there. Messaged Danny, who was downstairs working on all of our computer shenanigans. I was like, can you come take something off of the windowsill for me, please? I'm sure he knew what it was. It took some tools. It took a spatula, I think. Spackle spatula? Is there a different word than the cooking spatula? But he got it off for me and went and got everything else I would need for the project. He gave me the spatula to start chiseling off the big flakes of paint, and he gave me 2 grades of sandpaper and some trim paint and paintbrushes and a pot to put it in and a stir stick, and he's just the best. And I just buried myself in that. I first scrubbed as much of the dirt as I could off, because you don't want dirt getting in your paint, and then chiseled off the big flakes, then sanded with the rough, then sanded with the smooth, and went over other spots again and again. I still didn't get far enough down in some places where there was like a ring from that glass, but I would have had to completely sand down everything and it would have taken all day because I don't have a belt sander. So it is what it is. You can't see it, it's covered. And it's subtle anyway. So I did all that, cleaned it all down again, and I think it's about 3 coats of paint plus an extra coat on the big dents. And yeah, it looks so much better. It was already dark by the time I could get things back on there, and Danny was even like, you're living on the edge, not giving it like 12 hours to cure. I did this time make sure all the pots had plates, and I even put wax paper circles that I cut out under everything that I felt would stick, like things that don't get moved. I think the only thing I didn't put it under is glass. It's in the corner full of chopsticks. That's never stuck. It's in this corner where it seems to be fine. Some candlesticks that are just like wire, and I have a cup full of our little dishwasher pellets. I feel like that's going to be picked up enough that it should be okay. Message from my friend. Too many of our friends are in quarantine, either for a positive or an exposure. I was offering to have the kids do a video call I think Sebastian's trying to get to me, but anyway, so I did that big project in between paint coats. Between the first paint coat, I repotted all my succulents. They just need it. They tend to like to grow tall and then grow their little leafy things. So they get a little floppy and weird, and I just pull them all out and get the soil all nice again and get them deeper in there. It's just the lighting and the temperature. It's very cold on the windowsill, so I don't know how they're surviving. They do lose a lot of lower leaves, so it might be that. Yeah, just made them all happy, and I had to get rid of a big tin barrel bucket thing that I was using for one of my larger ones because it was about rusted through. I should have had a liner. Lesson learned. But I had plenty of pots, which I would like to paint eventually, but that's another project. So I was fine, and it actually freed up a little more space, and I didn't put the shells back in that glass. I have a candy jar actually under the sink cabinet thing, and I put some seashells in that. We always collect a lot of seashells. We don't even care if they're broken. I just fill vases and cups all around the house with seashells because it makes me happy. So that was my project. I did go down and start crafting in between second and third coats, but I'm so stressed out that it's a struggle right now, and that's sad when the things that I love are a struggle. I'm just making cakes and stuff, as you saw. That it's almost done, the kit. I'm gluing the chair together, and there won't be too much more to do besides attaching the door, but my monthly Amazon credit came in from just having affiliate links. It wasn't much, it was like $23, but that plus a $4 coupon got my kit down to my max. So I ordered it and it'll be here Monday, so I do need to finish up this cake shop. Yes? Oh yeah, the yellowy water in the blue cup. He's got one of my bath bombs and it's orange water today.
See?
Nice.
My God, it can green. With this, it actually can't go.
Yeah. Okay, well you have like 3 more minutes, sir. It's getting late. Sorry if I just yelled in your ear. Where was I? Yeah. So that's good news, but I'm not even excited about it. I'm just smiling because I'm putting on my smile for the video. But I think the shock of thinking of my new reality will eventually wear off and I'll be okay. It's gonna hit me in waves. This feels just like the beginning of the pandemic when I was realizing there was no more going to cafes, there was no more classes, there was no more library, there's no more library classes, yeah, no gym, no mall, all these things, all these places, our little weekly trips to the bagel shop where Sebastian was the VIP #1 customer up on the wall, and all these things we lost. And then I went through it a little bit a year later when they stopped doing the free bus meals. This is big though. This is big. This affects our entire family's entire way of life. From the moment we open our eyes and when we close them, everything will change. So I know this is going to be harder to get through. And to have it hit me so hard right when I'm already in a bad mental place, just locked down with brutally cold weather. What is it right now? It is 23 Fahrenheit. Here's your Celsius. That, let me guess, -3 or 4. That's gonna be my guess, but here's the correct answer. So yeah, if a video is short or I seem a little off, it's probably because I am a little off, and it'll happen. And I'll get through this, because life goes on whether I'm ready for it or not. And I can't always have things the way I want them. But I went to crafting after cleaning up for the final coat when it was dry, and I gotta come back up there. Danny asked around 5:30 what I wanted for dinner, and I was like, I don't really know. I hadn't had an appetite all day. I made myself eat lunch. I was like, maybe something with rice? And he's like, yeah, I was thinking something Asian. And then he just went ahead and ordered and told me it's gonna be 90 minutes. And I was like, you ordered our favorite Thai restaurant. He did. And it was 90 minutes, pretty much exactly, maybe a couple minutes short. And they forgot his Thai iced coffee, which is a bummer. I hope he got his money back. But that was tasty. I love eating all the tofu out of my entire big container. I tell myself it's because you can't really microwave and reheat the tofu. It gets too chewy, which is true. And then a curry puff. So very tasty, very salty. I'm gonna be a water balloon tomorrow, but who cares? It was good. And then instead of crafting, I was like, I should take a bath because I was like leaning over a counter sanding. I'm still gonna have really sore arms tomorrow when it hits. But I even miss our little virtual gym class. We did it as long as we could, and then our local gym stopped doing it, and they had a gym in Texas doing it, which was okay for a couple weeks, maybe like a month. And then all of a sudden they changed it, and it was like an art class and a music class and a ballet class and a tap class, and he just went into his classic gym classes, his little gym classic classes, so we had to drop it. No, he's kind of aged out of that. I don't even know if they do virtual anymore. They opened back up, except our local one never opened. It's closed, it's gone. They just took the sign down. It's been gone for, I don't know, over a year probably. So seeing that it was hard. That was really hard when we went through that. But I need to get him out of the bath. I might start some hair. I've given myself a little break, but as I said, I'm just gonna kind of keep going through while I'm growing these roots out for a while. I would like to keep on growing them if it seems to be helping, because if I have to bleach them, I'm gonna have to do it in segments because I'm not taking all these braids out at once. I would have to do it in sections, or I would have to do it cheetah style, which is what I call it. When I originally started going paler and paler, I did it cheetah style. You just bleach what you can see. You have polka dots that are still dark because they're trapped in the hair. It looks like leopard print hair. But next time you braid your hair, different parts of your hair are sticking out, and then the next time you bleach, you get those. But it's kind of damaging that way, and I'd like to not overlap bleaching. So probably I would take it out in chunks, but I'm not ready for that. And it would be nice if my hair grew out light enough that I could at least tint it, but my natural hair really doesn't take dye. I don't know. But I think I might do some peach because I have a lot of that, and lavender, and mix in some blonde, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Nobody sees me anyway. It's gonna look crazy. We'll just see where it goes. So I'm gonna go and get fluffy so Sebastian can do an off-camera woofy woof woof for you guys. Maybe we'll bring both the floppy pups because I can't reach Benny right now. He's an old puppy and he's snoozing. You want to do the voices for these guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget,
Wash your hands.
wash your hands.